Woo! Okay. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, y'all, and you're gonna have to excuse me because ando toda ronca. I've been sick for the past couple days, and then at my engagement party, I was like screaming across the table, and then the next day, I hosted a brow class. And then today I've just been sleeping all day. But we went to Dollar Tree and we got a whole bunch of vases because I'm going to be putting my ramo that I got on my engagement day into these. So I figured a lot of you guys wanted to know a story time on my proposal and everything. So I figured that while I did that, there's nobody home right now, we would talk about that while I put my little vases together. I currently have 100 flowers to put into these vases. You guys can't see them, but I have 6 of them like laid out right here. So let me bring my bouquet over so you guys can see it, so we can take one last look at it before I have to take it apart. And then let's just get a little close-up of the ring, obviously. There we go. Here is she in all her glory. Love. BRB. Are my roses. OMG. Some of them are a little damaged on the outside because we were carrying this thing like all over and like setting it down. But look at how gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And they smell so good. And then it has like a little red bow at the bottom. I'm so sad to have to take this apart, y'all, but it also breaks my heart for some reason to have the flowers just like bunched up together. I just want to give them a little bit of space to breathe, and hopefully they'll last me a couple more days. I was gonna like leave it just like this and then let it dry just like this, but then I was like, where would I put it? Where would I keep it? So I'm so sad, I don't know what to do, but here they are. So I'm gonna set them down and kind of cut them open and set them so I can just continue, you know, start to trim them and stuff like that. So give me 1 second. So let's get into the nitty gritty, y'all. I know that's what you guys are here for, but I figured that I would film this because obviously, like, you guys know that I used to be pretty active on YouTube, and I try to be as active as I can, but y'all know life be busy and stuff. But part of me wants to film this because I also like don't want to forget it in case I get dementia someday. That's literally like the only reason why I have my YouTube channel. If you guys didn't know, when I first started YouTube was because I have like this big fear of getting dementia or like just getting old and forgetting my life. So I have my YouTube channel to literally just capture my life and remember all the special moments. That's why like I pretty much only film like when I go on trips and you know, like all that. So anyways, so yes, not yesterday, oh my gosh, time passed by so fast. I got engaged. Oh my gosh, it's so it's so crazy to say that. Like literally, even whenever George and I were taking like our engagement photos after the engagement, like we were like looking at each other and he was like, you're my fiance now. And even that just like sounded so crazy to me. Like it was just so crazy. So yeah, we have just been on cloud 9, honestly. Like if you would have told little girl me a couple years ago that this is what being engaged would feel like, I wouldn't believe you. Like oh no, I got it too small. Freak. Okay, anyway, yeah, I would not believe you. Because, like, obviously, as a girl, or maybe it's just me, maybe a lot of women don't feel this way, but it had always been my biggest lifelong dream to get engaged and to have a wedding. I never really had a quinceañera. I never really cared for one, but, like, for my wedding and engagement and stuff, that is definitely one thing that I like always dreamed of. And I have just been on cloud 9, like so excited, so happy, just like reminiscing everything, looking through my photos over and over and over again. The photographer only sent us a couple. I'm so grateful for her. She literally, like, we invited her to dinner and she was like, no, I'm gonna go home and start editing your pictures, that way you guys have like something to post. and so grateful for that. So yeah, she sent a couple, and while we were at our engagement dinner after our engagement, we got them, and she sent them to George, and the way that my jaw dropped, y'all, like the way that I was shook, oh my gosh, she just captured everything so beautifully. Like, her work is so amazing. I'll tag her, and even that I'll go into details later about how special that was, because I actually know her personally. But anyways, so George and I already discussed, like, so after the engagement, this story's gonna be all over the place, y'all, because I am still all over the place with it. But so we were talking after our engagement. We were on our way to our engagement dinner and then kind of just decompressing. It was like a 30-minute drive away, and we were just like talking. So he told me all the plans, like that he had the ring since last year, and like everything that he had to keep from me, like all the things he had to say so that I wouldn't find out and everything. And yeah, I honestly had no idea. Like, he had a group chat with my friends. He had like the whole thing just planned. And I've never, like, neither of us have ever been the type to like look through each other's phone or anything, so there honestly wouldn't have been like a time where I would like catch them talking or whatever. But even like sometimes like his phone would ring, or you know, his phone would light up with text messages and he was never like sneaky about like, oh no, don't look at my phone. He'd be like, oh yeah, well, can you put my phone, babe, like so and so texted me. And so never thought anything of that. And my friends and I always hang out, like Nora and Fiza, you guys know that, they're like my best friends from college, and we always like hang out and travel together and do all the things together. So they had planned this picnic like a month or two ago, and I honestly like didn't think anything of it. Like, we always plan fun stuff together. And so yeah, like this, to me it was just like, oh yeah, this is just like another thing that we're planning, you know. Like, so excited to see them because we don't see each other as often anymore, because you know, they're married, we all have jobs, we all have like responsibilities and stuff. So yeah, I didn't think anything of the picnic. It had been planned, it had been on my schedule, like I had already set that day aside for our picnic. It was just always in my head like, oh, the 21st, the 21st, the 21st. So then, damn, I should have bought a trash can. Anyway, so then my aunt had a baby shower last week, and because she's pregnant, obviously. And so it was like me, George, and my brother, and we were all like, you know, sitting down and talking, and my brother was talking about his boots. And my boyfriend, his size of shoe is like a little bit bigger than my brother's. So my brother was saying something along the lines of like, oh, I really like these boots, but they fit me like a little bit big. And then George, I think without thinking about it, like George was behind me, I think he was like hugging me from behind, and he was like talking. And then I think I got up to like grab something, and as I was grabbing something, George said, oh bro, you should let me borrow those for the 21st. But then he got quiet like right away. I think he was like hoping that I didn't hear him. And granted, I think in the moment I didn't hear him, like I didn't think anything of it. But then as I was like, you know how girls are, like you know how girls are, like we pick up on little things, like we hear little things. So I think later on in the day, in the night, I was like, oh, wait a minute, like I have a picnic the 21st, you're not working the 21st, and you haven't really told me anything about having plans with your friends or anything, so what the hell. So then that literally, as of last week, that's what got my head spinning a little bit. But then at the same time, like I was like, oh, it could have just been nothing, like it could have just been me like thinking, like, you know, whatever. So in my head, I was still planning for a picnic with my friends, y'all. Like I really was like, you know, not gonna get my hopes up. Obviously, like George and I, we are about to be 2 years together. So then during the week, like George was so busy with work, and we barely saw each other because he was busy with work, I was busy with my job, my clients, and I've just been really busy like doing a lot of like side stuff. So we like didn't really get to see each other that much, and he was helping his friend like move some stuff or whatever. And in the moment when he told me that, like I think he went to go help his friend like twice. I honestly didn't think anything of it. Like I really did think that he was going to help his friend. I was so busy that I had forgotten the whole like, oh, you should let me borrow those boots for the 21st. So then, like literally 2 days before the picnic, I still didn't even have anything to wear for the picnic. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to go to the store and buy something. And then as I was on my way to buy the picnic dress, I remember I was like driving and I was like, wait a damn minute. I was like, first of all, boots on the 21st. Second of all, he's been helping his friend go drop off stuff at a warehouse the past couple days. And then mind you, oh my gosh, there's so many like details. So we had found this jeweler on TikTok that made really, really beautiful custom engagement rings. And you know, I always wanted, or so I thought, that like I wanted my husband, or you know, my fiance, to choose my engagement ring and like get me the most perfect ring. But a while ago, like George and I were messaging each other and he was like sending me pictures. Mind you guys, if you guys don't know, George and I, we are the complete opposite in every single way, shape, or form. Like the shorter list would be how many things we have in common. But I think that's what makes our relationship so special, because we're never bored. Like we're constantly laughing. He's like very shy and I'm very outgoing, chatty. He like doesn't talk very much. So like we're just polar opposites. So when he was sending me all these like ring ideas, like he was sending me pictures of the bands and stuff, and he's like, babe, like look at this is so cute. And I'm like, please do not get me that. As I've grown older and as I've, you know, self-reflected a lot, I've come to realize that I'm very, very picky with the things that I wear, especially when it comes to jewelry. So I knew that if my ring wasn't exactly what I wanted, I wouldn't like it. I'm just really picky. I just am really picky. So I was like, you know what? I would be more at ease designing my engagement ring. Like I truly wanted to, you know, have an input in what my engagement ring was going to look like, and I wanted it to be exactly everything that I wanted. So I went ahead and did that. And then when we found that TikTok jeweler, she made custom rings and they were all so gorgeous, and I knew that she was probably like the only person in the world that could make my engagement ring exactly how I wanted it to. So I told George, I was like, oh my gosh, like I told him everything that I wanted about my ring, and I was like, please message her, like please, like if you're gonna get my ring from anybody, like just please make sure it's her. So then a couple months back, he was like, yeah babe, like I keep messaging that girl and she keeps telling me that she's booked, like she's probably not gonna be able to get to the ring and yada yada yada. So I was like, oh my god, bro. I was like, no. But I was like, you know what, like George loves me and he knows exactly what I want. So regardless of if that girl makes my ring or not, it's gonna be perfect, you know. And you guys are probably listening to this thinking like, oh, so you knew. Like I didn't know that the proposal was coming like anytime soon. I didn't know that he was thinking of proposing this month. Like I didn't know. But obviously, like after you're with somebody for 2 years, like George and I talk about marriage all the time. Y'all, I'm like literally hiding. You can't even see me. George and I talk about marriage all the time. Like obviously we would not be together for this long if we didn't know. I'm not the type of person that doesn't date to marry, you know. Like if I don't see myself marrying you, you gotta go. We always knew that it was the next step. So like whenever it came to like wedding planning and like ring planning and ring designing, we felt comfortable talking about that because we knew that we love each other so much that we wanted, you know, that's what we wanted our next step to be. I just obviously didn't know when. So anyways, he was telling me that like the jeweler said that she was booked for about a year, and obviously like I didn't want to wait that long to be engaged. So in my head I was like, okay, I need to let this whole dream of that girl being my designer, my ring designer. So anyways, a couple weeks ago, or I think like a month ago, George was like, yeah babe, I tried one more time to contact that jeweler and she's still like really booked up. So in my head, he didn't even have the ring. In my head, he didn't even, like, he hasn't even gone to look. He hasn't even, like, George and I are always together, y'all. Like, every single, like, if he's not working, if I'm not working, that man and I are together. So there hasn't been a time where he would have had the chance to, like, go look at rings at the store. So in my head, I was like, okay, this guy does not have the ring. Like, I'm not even, like, that's not even on his radar right now. Like, whatever. So a couple days before, maybe like a day or two when I was like starting to like put two and two together about the boots and the whole like going to help my friend. On my way to the store to like start looking for a picnic dress, I was like putting two and two together, but then I was like, wait, you know what, like this man hasn't even got a haircut, like he hasn't even asked me to do his eyebrows, he hasn't even gone anywhere to like shop for an outfit. So in my head I was like 95% he's not gonna propose, but then 3 to 5% was kind of like, oh my god, like oh my god, like maybe he is. So whenever I was looking for the picnic dress, I was sending my mom like photos, and I was like shopping for picnic vibes, but shopping for like maybe proposal vibes too. And then y'all, when I was at the store, y'all should have seen me. Oh my gosh, I was like delulu. I was like running on that 3 to 5% that he was gonna propose. I was like walking around the store like picking out dresses with that song playing in my head, like she's spinning like a ballerina. And then like I went to Altered State, and the ladies were being so nice. Like I had like so many dresses in my hand. She's like, let me take this for you, I'm gonna go ahead and start a fitting room. And then she's like, yeah, and I would grab more dresses. She's like, oh, let me take those for you, they'll be in your room. I spent like so much time trying them on. And so I was just having like a good old time, like, you know, trying on dresses. And then as I was leaving, the girl was like, these dresses are so pretty, like what are you buying them for? I bought 2 of them. And I was like, well, like my friend's planned a picnic, but honestly, like I think my boyfriend's gonna propose to me. And the whole store heard that because it was like kind of quiet in there. So the whole entire store was like, oh my god, yes, like yeah, like we're so happy for you, oh my gosh. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, stop y'all, like I don't want to get too excited, like, you know, I'm probably like being delulu as hell right now, like I'm probably not even gonna get proposed to. And then they were like, well, if you end up getting proposed to, like come back and let us know and like show us pictures. And I was like, yeah, for sure. So anyway, how's it looking? So cute. I think 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 20 roses per thing, I think is a good thing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put these all over my floor, y'all. I was also sending George these pictures, mind you, when I was in the fitting room, and he hearted the one that I wore, and he was like, oh my gosh, I really love that one, like you should definitely like wear that one. And I'm like, okay. So anyways, yeah, at that time, this was literally the day before the picnic, I was kind of like onto something. It was on my radar, maybe. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get home, and if my family's being weird about this, I'm definitely getting proposed to tomorrow. But no, I got home and like everything was normal, like nobody was acting weird, like nobody was acting sus. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I pick up on vibes very easily. So yeah, like I didn't really think anything of it anymore because like nobody was acting weird, like nobody was asking me crazy questions. And then, oh, mind you, backtrack. So I obviously, like, this picnic had been on my radar for a while. Didn't think anything of it until the week before. The weather was shitty AF in Kansas City. Like, it was really, really warm one week, and then it started getting cold, started getting windy. Even like a couple days before, like a couple days ago, it was snowing. So I kept telling my friends, I was like, y'all, like, do you want to reschedule? Because like, what the hell, like the weather's crazy. I don't want to be having a picnic in 60-degree windy, no sun weather. Like, and I kept insisting, guys, like, let's reschedule. And that is what kind of gave it off, because any other time that any of us needs to reschedule, we're all like, yeah, it's fine, let's, you know, look for a different day. But they were insisting that it was on the 21st, and I was like, And then whenever I was like, okay, what do you guys want to wear? This was like the day before, like 2 to 3 days before. They said, oh, we're gonna wear dresses. So I said, y'all are gonna wear dresses in 60-degree weather when there's not gonna be snow and it's gonna be windy as hell. Okay, something's going on. And so yeah, I don't know. Now looking back, it just like is all like so funny. So anyways, yeah, they kept insisting. And then I'm the type of person that like freaks out about like little details. So it was like 1 in the morning, I think, and I was on the Gardens like website, and it said that they needed we needed tickets, that they closed at 5:30, but they wanted to me to meet them there at 6:30. I'm like, y'all, this place is gonna be closed and we don't even have tickets. So then Noor, my friend, sent us a screenshot that she already like bought the tickets, and I was driving at the time that she sent me that, so I literally just looked at it and I was like, great, she got the tickets, like, and I swiped my phone away. Like, I didn't like look at the pictures or anything. Turns out those tickets were photoshopped. Nor literally photoshopped the Powell Garden tickets and like the closing times. So that was hilarious. So anyways, the day of, I'm getting ready, I'm feeling good, my hair's coming out good, like my makeup came out good. And honestly, everything came out perfect. Like, everything just like worked out in the most perfect way. And I was on my way to this picnic, and I was wearing a jean jacket. So when I went to Altered State, you know how I told you guys that I bought 2 dresses? I bought the one that I got engaged in, and then I bought a jean dress that I wanted to wear with some boots. So I sent the girls a picture in the group chat of like my like here and up, but I was wearing a jean jacket with a dress. So then at that time, Noor and George were already at the place like decorating everything, and George had told her like if she wears the white dress, she knows that she's getting proposed to, and if she wears the jean dress, like, she has no idea. So they thought from that picture that I had no idea because they thought I was wearing the jean dress. But then George was like, no, like, fuck, like, I didn't want her to wear the jean dress to the proposal because he coordinated his outfit according to like my pink and silk dress. So anyways, for this picnic, I was in charge of bringing chips. So I was like in such a rush. The Powell Gardens were like an hour away from my house, so I like zoomed out the door, totally forgot the chips in my room. So then I texted in the group chat, I was like, guys, fuck, like, I forgot the chips. And then I was already about to hop on the freeway, but I was like, do you guys want me to go back? Because we needed to be there by 5:30. They had like moved the time up. And she was like, no, don't worry about it, like, I bought some because I figured you'd forget them or whatever. So then later on she told me that George wanted her to tell me to go back to get the chips, but also switch my dress out. But the whole time I was wearing the dress that he wanted me to wear. And it was funny because as I was getting ready, in my head, like, I just didn't want to be too deluded because I didn't want to get so excited and then not get proposed to and then be crying, throwing up, punching the air, you know what I mean? So obviously I think in my survival mode brain, I was like preparing for the worst. So I was like, you know what, like, I'm being crazy, I'm being delulu. Like, after I left the dress shop, even I was like cracking up at myself. I was like, bitch, you're crazy, like, you're over here fully convinced that this man's gonna propose to you, and like, what if that he's not even thinking about that right now? So on my way to the Powell Gardens, I was like thinking, and I was like, no, like, he's not gonna propose, like, he's not, like, he literally is not. I tried to convince myself so hard that he wasn't. And the Cloud 9, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, the Cloud 9 song started playing, and that song, I love that song. I love that song, and I love a whole bunch of other songs because they remind me of George so much. But the When He Loves Me, I feel like I'm floating. When he calls me pretty, I feel like somebody, like, oh my gosh, I just started like tearing up, and I was like, if he proposes to me today, oh my god, like. And I played that song over and over and over again, and I was just like imagining all the possible ways that he could propose to me. And then even when I was driving, I was like, I need to stop being stupid, like. And I took the song off and I like switched the genre. I was like, I'm over here literally getting so excited for nothing because I'm probably like making this up in my head. So yeah, I switched the song, I stopped thinking about it, I was like, whatever. But before I left the house, I have a specific perfume that George loves on me, and I remember I was gonna put another perfume that I had on, but I was like, if there's the smallest chance that he's gonna propose to me today, I'm gonna wear his favorite perfume. So I put that perfume on all over. And hey guys, Yurli from the future here, but I forgot to add this part. So I had put that perfume on in case there was a small chance that he was gonna propose to me that day, because it's his favorite perfume. Like anytime I wear that perfume, he automatically knows which one I'm wearing. So whenever we were taking one of the photos, or some of the photos that were like farther away from the sign and my arms were like around him, he took like a big whiff and he smiled at me and he said, you smell good, which is something he always says when I put that perfume on. So that was just like a special moment, and now I will forever like have that moment in my head, and every time that I wear that perfume, I'm going to remember our engagement day. So yeah, I got there, and then Noor comes out. And something that I really appreciate about like my friendship with Noor and Faiza is that when we're talking to each other, like we're never on our phones. We're like fully invested in each other's conversations, like eye contact, like feedback, like the whole shebang, you know. So anyways, while I'm telling her about this high-speed chase, she's like freaking out. Like I can tell that she's like looking around, like looking at her phone. So I was like, wait a damn minute, like why are you so freaked out? Then after that, Faiza gets there with her husband. And then that's what also threw it off a little bit too, because we were all supposed to go, it was supposed to be just us three, and this place is so far. So I was like, there's no way that Zaheen came to drop her off all the way over here, and then he's gonna go all the way back home and then come and pick her up, or you know, we could have dropped her off or whatever. But so anyways, mind you, in my head I was still with that like 97% he's not gonna propose, 3 to 5% he is gonna propose. So we walk in, and we were like walking towards the place, and I was so I had always either wanted to get engaged in the Palo Gardens Chapel or wanted to get married there. I've seen it on Instagram, on their website so many times. So in my head I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that we're having a picnic at the Palo Gardens, because that gives me a chance to like look at this venue, or, you know, look at the space, so I can tell George about it when I get home. So we're walking towards it, and before we like walk into the place, I'm like looking at it. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so gorgeous, guys. Like I literally was gonna tell George that I wanted to get married here, or like get engaged here. I'm so excited to be able to like look at it. So anyways, yeah, I'm like opening the door. The door is like really heavy, so I'm like looking up, because I was like, wait, it's like it's stuck or something. And my jaw, I'm like really small, I'm like 4'11", don't weigh that much. So I'm like pushing the door open. I look up and I see him like all the way across with like the "Marry Me" letters, and I just like didn't even know what to say. Like I just like put my hands in my head, and then my head in my hands, and then I just started like laughing, crying. I was like nervous, excited, like crying. Everything was like playing through my mind about like how delulu I was being, like putting, you know, that I wasn't wrong, that I was putting 2 and 2 together, and I was getting 6, and I was accurate. Like everything just like goes through your head in you know. So anyways, I was just so excited, like like looking at him from across the chapel, and then he's like holding this bouquet of flowers. Like, oh, I'm about to start crying again. It was just so special, and it was just like the proposal of my dreams. Like I wanted nothing more but to walk across and have him propose to me, because he is just amazing and the love of my life, and I'm just so thankful for him, for his family, for our relationship, our connection, our chemistry. Like everything about us is just so perfect. I've never been in a relationship where I'm like this happy, and oh my gosh, it was just amazing. And so yeah, I had my promise ring on, and he got down on one knee, removed my promise ring, put my engagement ring on, and then as I was walking towards him, the photographer had her camera in front of her face. So I'll play the video at the end, but you guys can see me like say hi, and then I realized that it's her. So Renata, I'll say her name, Renata. Renata is somebody that I met. Well, I had never met her, but we had talked because if you guys don't know, in 2023 I had cancer, and I can't remember how we found each other. Honestly, it's been a while, but I think I remember she DM'd me. So she, you know, has also been going through some health problems in the oncology world, and so we met through my cancer journey, and her work is just so amazing. So I always wanted her to to be able to photograph like every part of my life. Like I'd probably have her in my freaking birthing room if I could. And she's just the sweetest. And I stopped as I was walking towards George, I stopped to give her a hug, because when you meet somebody through something so hard like cancer, you kind of like connect on a different level. So I was like, oh, sorry, like I just have to give you a hug. And the fact that he was able to book her, and I had told him one time, y'all, that I wanted her as my photographer like months ago, like probably like 10 months ago, and he made it happen, and she just did an amazing job with our photos. Oh, so even that, like, just little details were so special. And you know how I told you guys that it was supposed to be really cold and no sun and super windy? It was a little windy, but the weather was perfect, and the sun came out just for us, and the videos and the pictures just look amazing. Like the glass of the chapel, and like the sun, and the clouds were so fluffy in the back, and oh my gosh, it was just absolutely perfect. Everything just like happened so amazingly. After that, my friends helped pick up like the setup and stuff, and they went to go meet us at the place that we were gonna eat at. And then George and I just had a little bit of time to ourselves to kind of like decompress and you know, talk about everything and talk about all these things that I'm telling you guys. And he was like telling me things from his perspective, and like all the hurdles he came across when it came to like buying the letters and setting everything up. And it's just so beautiful to like hear it from the guy's perspective. So it turns out the whole entire time that he was telling me that the girl, the designer of my ring, wasn't gonna be able to get to my ring, she in fact did. So she in fact did make me the ring of my dreams. It is absolutely perfect. I love it, and it is just so special. Oh my god, I've been like this since our engagement, y'all. Like I've just been looking at our pictures and crying. I've been thinking about the day and just like getting emotional. And then afterwards, so we get to the place that we're gonna eat at, and then our entire family's there. Woo! And I walk in, and it's like such a beautiful setup. It's like my family, his family, and then obviously my friends. And there's like pictures all over the table of George and I from like high school, us to like now. And then his sisters are there, his parents are there, my parents are there. And then I'm just like getting teary-eyed because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna become a part of his family. And his family's so amazing. Like everybody knows that I just like respect and love his family so much, and I always have. They're amazing human beings, and I'm just so glad to be a part of the family, and so glad to have them be a part of mine. And it's so special to like, oh my god, to have both of our families like intermingling and like eating together and talking, and we just had an amazing night. Like everybody gave a little speech for us, and that was so special. And we all like took pictures, and the food was really good, had some drinks, and the ambiance in the place was just beautiful, and it was just so perfect. And God really did that. George really did that. Ate, left no crumbs. Like I'm just shook. Like it really was just the best day. I will never forget it. It was so special. It really was just so special. So yeah, now we're engaged. And then the funny thing is that like we're engaged, and everybody's like, when's the wedding, and we're like, girl, like we just got engaged today. Like slow down, girly Bob. Like, and then you really do start to think like, oh my gosh, there's so many things we have to plan, like the wedding, the venue, the day, the dresses, like everything, like the invites. And then oh my gosh, like you just like your mind starts like spinning and going into spirals. And I'm like, okay baby, like let's slow down, let's enjoy today, let's just enjoy being engaged for like a week, maybe even a month, and then we can, you know, start planning everything. And even, yeah, I'm just so excited to get married to him and so excited to be with him for literally the rest of my life. Oh my gosh, it is just crazy because I hope that one day him and I can like make a video on our love story, because ever since I was a little girl, I always used to ask God for like a love story like the movies. And I really feel like I got a love story like the movies, because that's just literally the love that we have. And I'm so thankful for him, and we just really truly, like, obviously every relationship has its ups and downs. I'm not saying that we never argue. When I say that we have the best relationships that I've ever had, in terms of like how well we get along, like how we navigate our problems, like literally we cannot even be mad at each other for like more than 30 minutes. Like any argument that we have had has been so small and we get over it so fast, and literally like all I have to do is look at him and all of a sudden I forget why I'm mad, because he is just so beautiful to me. He is so sweet. He is just the funniest man. Like, oh my gosh, he's literally my best friend. I always used to tell God, like, I will not marry somebody until I love being with them as much as I love being by myself. Because if you guys know anything about me, you guys know that I am very independent. I love being by myself. I don't mind going to the gym by myself. I don't mind going to breakfast by myself. I don't mind going to the movie theaters by myself. Like, I love being by myself. So until I find somebody that like makes me love being with them more than I love being by myself, like that's when I know that I found the one. And I think I really have, because any time that I have that I'm able to spend with George, like I want to be with him, and we're constantly, like, if you guys have ever seen us in public, like you guys know that we're just like constantly like holding hands, hugging, kissing, laughing. Like we look at each other with such eyes of so much love, because we literally are so in love with each other, so infatuated with each other. We always tell each other, like every single day it's like a movie, every single day it's like a magical feeling. Like every single day when he drops me off at my house, we just like can't wait to see each other the next day. It's just like the best feeling. And when I'm with him, I feel like, oh my gosh, this is what love is supposed to feel like. Like this is how peaceful it's supposed to feel. This is how easy it's supposed to feel. This is how it's supposed to flow. Like this is what I've been looking for my whole entire life. But anyways, so that is my engagement story. And our photographer still has to send us the rest of our photos. But for now, I have posted the ones that she has sent, and I will post the rest as she sends them. But yeah, stay tuned guys. I'll probably like even film along the way, like preparing for my wedding, maybe like going dress shopping. Like you guys let me know what y'all want to watch. Like if you guys want to be a part of this journey with us, that would be so much fun, and I would love to film all of that. If there's anything else that I could probably tell you guys, I would say please don't ever settle. Oh no, my battery's about to die. Please don't ever settle for anything less than what you know you deserve. You are somebody's dream girl out there, and there is somebody that will make you feel the happiest. So please do not settle until you find that. And yeah, my thing's about to die, so I think that's all that I'm gonna let you guys know on here. I'm gonna continue to cut these flowers, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if I forgot any details. My head is still like spinning in the clouds. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and a little bit of an insight on our proposal. And then stay tuned for any final, any other videos that I'm gonna post about my fiance area. I keep saying that. Fiance era, wedding era, in love era. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.